this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to do the August subscription. So this is two layouts. And they are really, I love this layout. So these are super easy. And these are called the Cut Above scrapbooking kits. And so we have these now available to purchase from our new catalogs that are effective tomorrow, September 1st, 2023. So I am just taking out all of the die cuts that are in the carrier sheets, and they're all marked for Project 1. Look at those pretty colors. The lagoon blue and the orange colors, just perfect contrast to each other. They're on opposite sides of the color wheel and they just go beautifully together. And I love the background paper. The background paper is weathered wood. Look at how beautiful that is. So the square printed on there, that's printed on. So there's a lot of work you don't have to do. So this is the first layout. I'm totally in love with that background paper. Totally in love with it. So I'm just sorting through. We've got our photo placeholders and our background colors for the print. So the one gets a 4x6, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there. And just to lessen the number of pieces of paper, not that we have a huge amount. I love how, you can put these together so quickly. So I would say, now I have this speeded up, but I would say it took me about 31 or 32 minutes to put 4 pages together. So if you are looking for some real fast scrapbooking, the Cut Above kits are definitely the way to go. So right off the bat, I'm kind of eyeballing. So I'm looking at, I went ahead, it comes with instructions along with stickers and the die cuts. And so I'm just going ahead and, they're so simple. There's but a few instructions. Of course, it would be good for me to read them beforehand because I actually put a piece of paper down before I was supposed to. So you'll see that in a minute. So I would always suggest, if you're going to do these, then let me get ahead of you because there's always something that I'm undoing. Sad but true. So here's the first one. Fortunately, the adhesive that I use, it takes a while for it to really permanently stick in place. So I have some little maneuverability in the meantime. So showing a little bit of the blue there, that's kind of a glacier blue. Of course I ran out. Of course I did. That just shows you I make a lot of pages and cards because I'm always running out. So I love that kind of what color is that? Maybe papaya? I'm not sure. It's an orange, a shade of orange, and it just goes so beautifully with that glacier and lagoon blue color. It's just perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and restart and go ahead and put the page down. And I don't think I'm putting it in the right place there. It's supposed to be about an inch over from those strips that are placed and printed on there. So there we go. Now we go back. So I'm going to put the sticker, the small sheet is the sticker sheet. So I'm just kind of looking at how they did it on the instructions, and that's what I'm doing. So I like those little kind of pink split leaves. So that's like a little bundle of goodies there to. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using my anti-static pouch to kind put powder on the stickum, and then I can slide the picture up underneath there. So super simple. And then we have another little banner that's getting tucked under, and my fingers aren't cooperating. Well, it's stuck a little bit, which is what it was supposed to do. So I'm clearly having a little bit of a hard time with that. There we have. Had to get it stacked in the right order. And I'm kind of I'm putting a little double stick foam under there to kind of pop it up a little bit. So, and then we've got a nice sunshine. That is, I'll put a little bit of anti-static powder on the side there, and I can still stick the pictures underneath. That's always important to me. I've found got a picture of my grandmother from when she was really young. And so I found one of my old vintage paper layouts that I'd done that was absolutely gorgeous. And this was from a whole bunch of years ago. And I wasn't thinking when I did it. And I stuck this frame down. So I was trying to put her picture underneath, and it was like, gosh, I wasn't thinking when I was doing that. So that's why I am always making sure that I can put my pictures underneath the details. So these are the 3x4s that are going on this side. And so I'm going to go ahead and stick those, stick the photo placeholders on there just to make it easy. And we also have some strips that go down before the photo mats go down. So these colors, I'm totally in love with these colors. Have I said how much I like that background? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so here I've got these little pieces that are going to go on there, but in the meantime, I want to put down some of the other items. So I'm going to do some little pop-ups. These are fairly thin, and that's going to go right up there at the top. So that's the foam tape that I was using. That has a lot more dimension to it than those little dots do. These are the thin dots. So I'm putting, to see how smart I am? I learned. I'm putting down the strips before I put down the photo placeholders. So we've got a lagoon going on top of a glacier. And that's like, it's either sapphire or it's harbor. Might be harbor, it's so dark. Super deep color with the shells going across. And then we've got some waves because it's a beachy, and look, you can see the waves in the sand, which, you know, is really a neat detail that they're putting in there. And that's printed on. So I really like that. So I'm just trying to put my little ruler that's missing some spaces on it due to my cleaning. And so it's going about 1/2 inch over from the edge of the strips. And about 1/2 inch up too. So these are going vertical and horizontal. So you have a choice of how you want to put your pictures. So perfect. And once again, about 1/2 inch up from the bottom there of the block, the color block. And I'm going to go ahead and run it horizontally so I can get the edges together so they're nicely lined up. So look at how pretty that is. And then we've got a little bitty journaling circle to go there so you can put your date and time and who. Always remember who, what, where, when, why, and how. And that's, you'll get all of your information from doing a newspaper article. It's the newspaper. That's where I learned it, in 5th grade, when we were doing a newspaper for the Civil War. We had to put in who, what, where, when, why, and how, and that has never left me. So that's how you know you've got all your information covered. And then you can put the emotional aspects of it if you want. Always the interesting details. So we're putting down life is good and you are my sunshine and the perfect day. And look at how beautiful that layout is. Gosh, I think it's just wonderful. My background is a little, kind of gets in the way a little bit, but I love that turquoise color in the weathered wood. So pretty. Love that. I wish I went to the beach more, but we're not close to the beach. So there we are. That is layout 1. And layout 2 is pretty simple. So we've got all of our other pieces here. And I'm just going to pop out all the die cuts that go with project 2. Outdoor life, and then a whole bunch of these stars or star bursts. They're not really stars, they're more like star bursts. So I'm just popping all of those guys out. And those just go hither and yon around the whole layout. And I've got all of my pieces, my die cut pieces. So once again, the photo place. Okay, I'm just putting the photo placeholders on the mats. Those are for 3x3s, and then we've got a 4x4 picture and a 4x6. The 4x6 is going to be a horizontal, and it doesn't get a separate photo mat. So it's kind of has its dark green mat that's already printed onto the paper, just like that 4x4. So there's just going to be maybe 1/8 of an inch showing around the picture, just enough of a little green edge to go with your outside picture, because this is obviously, it's for hiking or, you know, some kind of, it's a outdoor activity layout is what it is. So we're just going to go ahead and put those in place, put the title down, get the picture in place, and I'm just kind of going through all my little pieces here and figuring which starbursts go where so that I've got enough to go on both sides and not shortchange one. So I'm just kind of doing a dry run essentially, you know, so I know kind of where everything is supposed to go. So it's always a good idea when you have a bunch of die cuts, whatever, you know, to do a dry run, or when you're putting your pieces down that you've cut, you want to do a dry run so you can, you know, kind of see that you've got everything that you need, because usually I have things that, you know, end up underneath my layouts or whatever, so I'm always looking for something. But I'm just, see, there's a little one that kind of got lost, and I'm going to go ahead and put these 3x3s down, and the 3x3 should go about 1/2 inch over from the left-hand side of that triangle on the right-hand sheet. So it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch from the 4x4 in the center. So I have to lift it up a little bit and move it over just a tad. Maybe it's not 1/2 an inch. Maybe it's more like 1/4 of an inch. It's a pretty small amount, it looks like. Let's see, what does it say here? That looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch over from that triangle, from the edge of it. So we've just barely got 1/8 of an inch or so on each side of the 4x4. And the same thing is going for the other side, except it looks a little bit further. Anyway, you can follow the instructions and it tells you just exactly what you need to do. It'll show a little picture of, you know, the spacing from one edge or from the bottom or the top, you know, whichever it happens to be. So we've got a stylized tree that is going by this little subtitle down there, and also has a little strip that's going underneath the picture. So we've got a little tree and some stars, and I'm placing those around. And I'm sorry that I'm off camera over on the right hand side. Had my camera up too close and didn't move it back. Sorry about that. You'll see it though. You can see it on the instructions there, that I'm just kind of putting the starbursts where, you know, where they have them on the instructions. And, you know, they always have good spacing, and spacing takes some doing. It's not quite, you want to put things, if you put things kind of in a triangle, that works good as far as a random placement. So it can be a wonky triangle, but, you know, if you're working with threes, then you can get kind of a random pattern look, and that's what you want. You want it to be kind of a random look. You don't want it to, you know, have them all lined up. So there's kind of a funny shaped triangle with the starbursts, and then a smaller triangle over to the right of that. So if you kind of think of, you know, trying to make a random pattern, think in terms of triangles. So we're going to go ahead and put the little journaling section there, and with some of our stylized trees to kind of highlight the journaling, and then a nice little arrow. So I hope that you like this, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be having more stuff. We've got new catalogs coming out tomorrow, so we'll have all new stuff. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.